So, good morning, Great Guitar Build Off. I haven't posted a video in a while, and it has been because I have been kind of stuck in guitar neck and fretboard building hell. I think I've seen my way out of that at this point, and what I want to do with this video, which I think is going to be a lot shorter, is just kind of go through the things that I learned as I went through each step of the process. Um, uh, Show some of the fixes, for lack of a better way to put it, and then also attribute my sources because I think that's really important. I certainly would not be at the point where I am in these builds if it was not for the people who have either interacted with me directly or who have taken the time to share their knowledge and put it up for no other reason than they enjoy sharing what they have learned through their own efforts. So thank you for all of that, and I will see you on the next one when I have some more progress to show. Okay, things I'm being smarter about already as I go through this. So I ask myself, why have I been trying to drill through these necks to get to the truss rods, aside from the obvious answer of I hate myself? Um, so what I've done is I've extended the truss rod channel up to the point to where the end of the fretboard will be so that we can see that. So here will be the end of the fretboard. That way when I radius the headstock, and obviously can't see exactly where that is, but that way when I thickness the headstock and I come back to the end of the fretboard, my channel will be there. All I did was take and shallow this up by about 2 millimeters, so that has a little bit of a shoulder for the truss rod there. And yeah, that was a better way to do things. Okay, thing number two that I have fixed. I had had a problem with the fretboard sliding around when I clamped them and not being square. So obviously I could flush trim them to the neck, but that was fine, and that was fine. But up here they were all cattywampus, and that was not what I wanted. So I have measured very, very carefully and come up with some highly scientific locating pins made out of toothpicks that I found in the science department break room. So I'm going to, when I clamp these things down, I'm going to make sure they fit over my little toothpick pegs there, and that will hold them in place well enough for it to glue square. All right, so after a lot of hate and discontent, here are two fretted necks that I feel like have a reasonable chance of being playable instruments. So the last kind of several set of things that I learned that I had to apply, it was really a challenge to get the frets in. I ended up having to buy another set of frets, and it was a hot mess. Got the frets glued in on both these necks. Neither of them are perfect. There's at least one filled fret slot, but one filled and recut fret slot. Still don't understand what I'm doing wrong in my use of a fret saw, but I guess that just comes with experience. So those are done. The other thing that I have done differently is here where the headstock meets the body. Previously, in order to I like a kind of lower angle joint to the body. And when I had tried to just do it with the spindle sander, the radius of the spindle was too big, and it left this big square thing that I didn't like. So I had to use a really tiny spindle to back it all the way up to here, and it left me with almost a vertical surface, which I didn't like. And then it occurred to me, oh, Patrick, you have, a bunch of tools like a chisel and sandpaper that would allow you to use a spindle sander to come back as far as you can, and then shape the rest by hand, which is, what I did, since being able to use tools is, you know, one of my advantages as a human. So that's where we are. I'm going to step away from these necks really for the rest of this week because I've been working on necks for so long. I just need to do something else. And so I haven't touched the bodies in 6 weeks. So I'm going to think about the bodies and getting those laid out, make some templates, and good stuff like that. So that's my agenda